family, your friends. You might make new friends. You converse, no cameras, great ambience, great food, and great service.
We're mixing things up and starting things at the bar. Today I'm joined by owner of the Left Bank Bistro, Suzanne Byram. Thank you for joining us.
Well, thank you for having me here.
Why did you want to open a French bistro here in St. Petersburg?
I saw what was happening in St. Petersburg. It was growing, young people moving here. It was changing. And I've always been amazed about the talent that lived on the Left Bank in Paris in the 1920s. So much talent in a small little area. And because this was built in the 20s, I decided to call it Left Bank Bistro, like Left Bank in Paris.
I love that. Now there are several nods to the Roaring 20s. You can see them on the drink menu. For example, what are you drinking today?
Fitzgerald.
The Fitzgerald. Tell us about some of the other drinks.
Well, I mean, so we have 10 specialty drinks that are all named after the artists that lived on the Left Bank in the 20s. And we did research to make sure that whatever we put their name on was what they really enjoyed drinking.
Really?
Yes. So it wasn't just putting a name on a drink, but it was, this is what they enjoyed drinking.
It's time to talk all things food. I'm joined now by Chef Jay Ward. Thanks for joining us. We appreciate it.
My pleasure.
It smells divine in here. Let's start eating. Where should we start?
Okay, we'll start with the starter, which is an escargot. What we do here is we saute it with lots of garlic, lots of shallot, red wine. We use a bone marrow jus, and then we place it on shiitake caps that we braised in red wine as well.
Oh my gosh, it looks so good. I'm gonna dive right in. And let's talk about the mussels next because I love mussels.
Okay, so this dish is called a bouillabaisse. It's a French seafood stew. You can put practically anything seafood you'd like. We go with whatever our local fish of the day is. Today it's snapper. We have shrimp, mussels, there are some clams as well. Vegetables, depending on what we think looks the nicest at the time, and that's going to be some nice green leeks, fennel. We have some heirloom tomatoes as well. Right here is French baguette with what's called rouille. Our rouille we make with roasted red peppers and potato, and it's a spread meant to go on. This is a traditional stew from the port of Marseille. Back in the day, they had a lot of commerce, bringing things from all over the world, so the fishermen got together and started making these creative stews.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's such a cool story.
I love that history. How long have you been preparing French cuisine?
Oh, probably at least 20, 25 years.
And you love it, you said.
Oh, I do.
You've come back
Yes.
to the French
I've
style.
done a couple of the other cuisines as well, but French is my favorite.
Okay, and what's that up there in the front?
This is a steak treat, commonly found in bistros and brasseries. We're using an 8-ounce hanger choice. We add our house-made French fries. We have some Roquefort blue cheese, and then we top it with a Bordelaise sauce, which is a heavy red wine sauce.
Okay, I'm gonna try some mussels.
Oh, please
Let's
do.
see, moment of truth. Well, not really. Oh my goodness.
Well, thank you.
This is
So I need your-
divine.
Oh, well, thank you so much.
What's your favorite thing on the menu?
That.
Really?
The bouillabaisse. Yeah.
Oh my
It's fun to make. Yeah, you can tell it's super aromatic. It has saffron, there's fennel in there, there's Marsala wines, and it's just, when it goes out of the kitchen, you can always smell it throughout the dining room.
This is
Such a wonderful.
the first thing that I smelled when I walked
Oh,
into
I'm
this
sure.
room.
That's
and
all-
it's just
by
an
design.
explosion of flavors. Oh my goodness, divine chef. Let's talk about the decor of this restaurant because it's beautiful. I told you before, I think you're one of the most Instagrammable restaurants in the Tampa Bay area.
This was a private home that was built in 1922. So this is a typical Floridian house with a sunroom out there. When I bought the building, it was a flat roof. I opened up the ceiling, and actually the wood I took out when we opened up the ceiling is now the wood we use for tabletops. We have the little lounge over here. So this was the living room. in the old house. And I wanted that to be an area where people can sit down and if they wait to get a table or have a drink.
I want to talk about what's covering your walls because you like to celebrate local artists, right?
Yes.
Right now you have beautiful photography on the wall, but it rotates out, correct?
Yes.
Tell me about that.
So I've done several different artists. I've done Lance Rodgers. I think he was my previous artist. And this time around we're doing white and black photography.
What do you think makes the Left Bank Bistro stand out?
I think the fact that, the concept of the environment, the ambiance, I think giving tribute to local artists. We have music on Monday and Thursday. It's all about being in the arts. It's all about music, writers, artists, I think that's what makes it stand out.
And of course, great food. And we're gonna leave things on a sweet note. Yes, what's for dessert?
We have a chocolate torte here. So the chocolate torte is almost all chocolate, some eggs, no carbs. Chocolate ganache, we use a French chocolate known as Valrhona. With that, we like to pair it with a pistachio ice cream and a little raspberry sauce.
Okay, so should I dip my ice cream in the raspberry
Absolutely.
sauce?
Well, as long as
What's
it
your
all-
recommendation?
I would get a little of everything.
Okay, let's see. Oh my gosh. Where has this ice cream been my whole life? This is really good.
I used to live in Italy, and they loved pistachio ice cream over there. I always loved it.
Well, thank you for bringing it to St. Pete.
Shout out to the staff there at the Left Bank Bistro. You guys are fantastic. So I recommend the mussels and the baker as a drink. So the restaurant is located on Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Street North in St. Petersburg. You can visit the leftbankbistro.com for more information.